All right, everybody, moving on to 7.2. We're going to do a little multiplying polynomial. So in this section, all right, we're combining a bunch of ideas. We're combining the idea from 7.1, where we combine like terms, but then also we got to go back to chapter 8 with our rules of exponents. All right, and the one rule in particular of if we had like bases when we were multiplying, we added the exponents. All right, so when we're multiplying polynomials, big thing we want to think of it like you're distributing. It's mass distribution. We're multiplying everything to everything in the problem. So things that I had that'll help you when you know you're going to multiply. All right, and we're going to point some things out here. All right, always start all the way on the left. Okay, distribute that item to everything on its right. Now there will be some different scenarios that we run into when there's parentheses, when there's not. We'll talk about that. And then after you multiply, you want to make sure that you simplify. All right? Look to combine like terms. Look for anything that we can condense and put together. All right? Now, a couple little tricks here too. When we multiply, I got a little key here in blue that says change the sky, meaning don't forget if there's like bases, add the exponents. And then after we multiply, look to simplify. All right? Combine like terms if we can. So here we go. Let's say, for example, this is what we got. So I want to point out a couple of things here, right? First, notice this is directly attached to this parenthesis. So we're thinking distribute anyway. Notice there's no plus or minus sign. All right, so we know these are attached. We're multiplying. This is going to get distributed to everything in the parentheses. Now, some things that you want to keep in mind and remember, regardless if it was written without the parenthesis or with them like this, nothing changes. We still do it the same way. Notice though, if the parentheses are here, there is no sign in between. So right now we're breaking it up where 7.1, we were just adding and subtracting. 7.2, now we're multiplying. Soon it's going to all go together and it's just going to be simplified. And you got to know, am I multiplying? Am I adding? Am I subtracting? All right? Just like it's been throughout our entire math career. There is no sign here. They're written right next to each other. So that means multiplication for us. All right? A couple things to remember. If there's no coefficient in front, it's really like the imaginary one. If there's no exponent, it's really like the imaginary one. And here we go. We're ready to roll. We're distributing to every item. All right, it's going to everything. So all the way on the left, distribute to everything. So when we do that, all right, you got to kind of bear with me here. I'm going to put the whole next part up, and we're going to talk about it. The 2x cubed times the x cubed, all right? Those numbers are getting multiplied. So 2 times 1 gives us the 2. Since these are like bases, we can add their exponents. So it becomes x to the 6th. So this is where people get a little messed up, because you got to think you're multiplying. However, your rules of exponents tell you that you're adding the exponents. All right? So that's like you're like going with two different things. I'm multiplying, but I'm adding. All right? So you got to make sure we're multiplying these numbers in front, and we're adding the exponents because they're like bases. Similar to what we've been doing, right? This is all getting multiplied anyway. So if these are not like bases and we can easily multiply them, that's what we're doing. The next part, the 2x cubed times 3x squared. 2 times the 3 gives us the 6, positive 6. X cubed, x squared. We add them, x to the 5th. 2x cubed times negative 2x. The 2 times negative 2 gives us negative 4. X to the 3rd. times the x, remember x to the first, becomes x to the fourth. And then our last part, the 2x cubed times the 5, well, in this case, we only have the 2 times the 5, which gives us the 10. X cubed, can't do anything with it, nothing to combine it with, we just bring it down. All right, now, in this case, this is our full final answer. A couple things we got to point out. One, it's written in the correct order already. Notice the exponents, 6, 5, 4, 3. We want them in decreasing order. Here, there are no like terms. If there were like terms, we would then need to combine them. This one, all right, only has one item that we've been multiplying here. So what happens if maybe we have 2 items in front? Maybe there's 3 items in this parenthesis. How do we go about that? Here we go. All right. So here, for us, nothing in between the parentheses. It's like we got multiplication going on. All right. Remember, they're written next to each other. That's how we know. If it was a x minus 4 and then plus this, we're not multiplying anymore. We're just combining like terms. Minus this, distribute the negative, combine like terms. Nothing in between, so we're multiplying. All right? So we're going to start all the way on the left. This x is going to get distributed to everything first. So we're going to distribute the x to the 3x and the 2 in the other parentheses. Not in this parenthesis, the other parenthesis. And then we're going to distribute the 4 to everything in that parenthesis. So when we do that, again, bear with me here, okay? I'm going to walk you through it. The x times 3x becomes 3x squared. 1 times 3 is the 3. X times x, x squared. The x times the 2 becomes 2x. And then once we're done with the x, now we can move to the negative 4. That's going to get distributed to both. So negative 4 times 3x is negative 12x. The negative 4 times the 2 is negative 8. So we're fully multiplied out. Now if you notice here, after we multiplied, these are like terms. We're going to put them together. So the 2x minus 12x is negative 10x. Our full final answer should be what we have here. 3x just gets carried, 3x squared gets carried over. 2x minus 12x is the negative 10x. Can't do anything with that negative 8. We rewrite it. It's written in the correct order. So we're good. All right. Now, these here, something I want to highlight. You're going to notice on your homework, and you're going to notice in certain directions, it's going to say use the FOIL method. All right. It'll say use the FOIL method. Well, we're going to get into that a little bit more in the next section. All right. But FOIL is this. It's the same thing. All right. Now you only use that method when there's 2 items in each. So you have a binomial times a binomial, right? But FOIL is the same thing we're doing. So don't get confused if you see that on the homework. All right. Now here we go. What if we have more items going on? All right. It doesn't change. Doesn't change what we do. We know there's multiplication going on. No signs in here. We're going to start all the way to the left. Distribute that to everything in the other parentheses. Then we're going to move to the next item. Do the same thing. Distribute it to both. Then we're going to move to the last item. and distribute that to everything. All right, here we go. Bear with me again. I'm going to walk you through how we get this. It's a little tough to see because I start crossing stuff out, but we see how this starts to get a little intense now. The 1b squared times 3b, 3b cubed. B squared times negative 4, negative 4b squared. I'm done with this. Moving to the next item. 6b times 3b, positive 18b squared. 6b times negative 4, negative 24b. Negative 3, oh, we're done, sorry here. Move to the next item. Negative 3 times 3b, negative 9b, negative 3 times a negative 4, positive 12. Then let's look for like terms. So we got a couple. These are like terms. These are like terms. Simplify it. So our final answer, nothing with the 3b cubed. The negative 4b squared and the 18b squared go together to give us 14b squared. The negative 24b minus 9b is negative 33b. And then the plus 12 gets added on right after. All right? Now, this last one here, all right, even with different variables and things like that going on, doesn't change what we do. We're still starting all the way to the left. We're still multiplying and distributing. All right, but now if like we run into a scenario where the variables are different, same thing. If we can't combine them, we just rewrite them. So we're still starting all the way on the left. We're distributing. When we're done, we move to the next item. Distribute that. So what we should get after we distribute, x times 3x is 3x squared. The x times the 4y. Yeah, I made a mistake here, everybody. I apologize for that. That's going to be a negative 4xy in there. All right? Yeah, I screwed that up. Look at that. We got to fix that. All right? This is what it should be. We're going to fix that for a second here. I'm sorry, everybody. And it should be a plus 4xy. Then it would be a minus 3xy. And then it would be a minus 4y squared. So that part where I got the 12xy in there is wrong. It should be that when we distribute. So, boom. All right, easy fix there. Sorry, everybody. Then we can go through, all right, and combine some like terms. Now notice when we did multiply, that when we multiplied the x times the y, we just wrote it xy, right? So same thing. Couldn't combine them, we just put them together. And now if you notice, a little slightly different than what we're used to, but we have the xy's in common there. So we could put them together. So our final answer, all right, when we do this, we'd have 3x squared plus 4, oh, I'm sorry. We'd have 3x squared plus xy, because we have 4 minus the 3, and then the minus 4y squared. And then this here is actually going to be written in the correct order of what we're looking for. All right, all of those actually have degrees of 2, so we're good. All right, I apologize for the error in that. Sorry about that. All right, now I'm going to leave you with this here on the bottom part. All right, and we talked about this when we did our rules of exponents. All right, if you notice, this is a quantity and it has the squared on the outside. All right, so I'm going to leave you with that. Give it a try. You might see one on your homework, but if you're a little confused on how you're going to do that, it's okay, because next time we're going to clear it all up. And here's what I'm going to leave you with. Remember when we did rules of exponents, we were only allowed to distribute this if there was multiplication going on within here. We have addition going on, so that distributing rule can't happen. We have to do something different with this. So I want to leave you with that and think about what we were doing up higher. All right? Again, if you guys have questions or whatnot, don't hesitate to ask. Don't forget, we're going to be meeting later in the week. All right? We're going to be meeting on Thursday, so we can clear some things up if we need to. All right?